Welcome back to episode 6 of Game Dev Tycoons. Let's try. So here we are. We knew that we were getting ready to train MacDac on G3 Game Jam, so we're going to start the training on that. Here comes our game reviews for Blue Alarm. Oh, I saw a 10 flash. Usually, at least we'll be in the upper echelon. Okay, nice experience. Star Games. Good, good. Have seen better. Okay, average about 6 now, right? Informed Gamer. Let's see if we can bring it up. Okay, 6 shows potential. So we could have missed we could have missed in a few of the sliders, but that's okay. That's okay. We're still not doing too bad. We get some hype behind it, and it wasn't a complete bust. So our post-release analysis of Blue Alarm is complete, and we get the following results: military strategy, great combo. AI seems to be quite important for this type of game. Well, we did have that high. So should I put everything else low? I guess that's okay. Okay, keep it in mind. Keep it in mind for when we do another strategy game. He generated the game report, so let's put him back on training. I have MacDac on Game Jam. Let's have Jack do time trials. As long as we don't lose too much money, especially in these early days of game development, who cares? Just having a good time with it too. Alternate history. That's kind of cool. Hunting sim would be great, but we've already done simulators. I almost want to look up after this episode what cyberpunk means. I have no idea what that even means. Comedy games. What kind of a comedy game? Like Yo-Noids? Let's start. Let's do it. Let's try one. See if we can figure it out. If you can think of any comedy games that you might have played during your days, please put them in the comments below, because I can't think of any. Like Dumb and Dumber the simulator? I don't know exactly what that would have been. Looks like Jack for the most part is equal. So it's nice to have another person who's at equal level with Mac. So let's do another game dev gems. Blue Alarm's off the market. So it made $500,000 bucks. It made $500,000. Not too bad. Market's normalized again with no particularly strong trends at the moment. Okay, so we completed our research of comedy games. I'm not going to do any more research. Gameplay. We have no more. Yeah, we only have 8 research points, so that's it. Now, sorry, just to go back to this. So, what do you want to research? Yeah. So all of these things have to do with sequels. I don't think do. I'm just trying to think of what goes into a game engine. Like, what things can we research now? Besides just new topics that I don't necessarily have to invest in a new game engine every single time. Okay, the Dreamcast is out. Sega Dreamcast has been released. Let's just take a look at our game history, and I want to go behind. So we have a strategy game, a casual game, adventure, sim, adventure, action. So our action game was put out at year 9. So it's been 3 years since our last action game. So maybe that's something we could invest in at this point. It's a solid action game. Let's do that. Pick a topic. So let's maybe like a Wild West action game would be good. M, right? Get that extra little spur of violence. An M-rated Wild West RPG. Let's just know we were gonna do an action game. We could call this. Okay, we're gonna continue on the play system because we don't mature audience there. We're gonna do our new game engine, and we're gonna call it. Can anybody think of a Wild West name? Horses and carts. It could be. Oh, what about Dr. Quinn? Remember, everybody remember Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman? Dr. Quinn's Ride to Victory. Wild West action play system. Mature game starring Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Start the development of this and we'll see how this goes. Let's get the marketing going on magazines. We could try 2 marketing strategies at once, try to see how that would work. Okay, so we have an action game. Gameplay, very important. Engine, probably important as well. Story and questing, probably not important in this sort of a thing. But we'll keep the linear story. Yeah, we already did marketing, right? Yeah. Alright, in 2 months, the Vita Oasis has been taken off the market. Oh, in 2 months it will be. Okay. Bubbles going everywhere. Okay, let's stick with the small booth because our funds are now starting to get low. So dialogue not so important. I want level design for an action game, and I want AI to be a little bit high, and we'll stick with that. I want to see what it almost looks like memory foam, doesn't it? The beanbag chairs. Now they're both scratching their head. This must be a problem in the office. All right, sound very important. We'll do world design and graphics, and let's we'll put world design a little bit higher. Okay. Now the question is, do we want to do another form of marketing while we have this out, right, going into G3? Let's just try it. Magazines and demos. It's only 150 grand. We'll hype it up even more. Maybe it'll make no difference whatsoever. The hype looks like it might have not increased too much during that time. So Dr. Quinn's Ride to Victory, we're going to take that to G3 before reviews come out, which probably is a good thing. Maybe generate some fans off some demos and some TVs around the booth. Keep going. Keep going. All right. Our last G3, I think we had 102,000 people, but we also invested in like the $500,000 booth. So not cracking the top, but that's all right. Look at the hype 66 though. Out of G3 coming in hot. The Sega Oasis is no longer supported. We're gonna finish. Hey boss, I have a knack for security, and I think we could really do some security upgrades in our office. Do some research, and I think with an investment of 50,000, we'll be a lot safer than we are now. I mean, yeah, for 50,000. That Jack Long shows incentive. Initiative. He shows initiative. I don't know why he would show incentive. We're going to send him on vacation just for that, too. We're going to train Mac. We're going to do the last innovative challenge. We're going to wait for the reviews to roll in for Dr. Quinn's Ride to Victory. And looks like we're going to get your basic game. We're not going to be burning down any walls here, but basic game. 7, nice experience. All right, sitting at like a 6.65, something like that. We can hit another 7, that'd be nice. Awesome. All right, that's not horrible. Not horrible, not horrible. So yeah, we'll just kind of kick around now. Let's just take a look. We'll go back to our game history. And it's been a while since we've done any kind of a rhythm game. So a rhythm game might not be a bad idea. We did a strategy game. We could do another sports simulator. We could do a sports game. On the PlayStation 2. Yeah. Yeah, that might not be bad. So let's see, Jack is back. We'll check out some... let's have him generate a game report for some research points. And we'll see where we could have gone wrong with Dr. Quinn's Ride to Victory. I wonder if that quiver on the right side is almost has like the Half-Life colors. Our post-release analysis of Dr. Quinn's Ride to Victory is complete. We got the following results. Western action, good combo. Graphics seem to be very important. And the genre match, play system, and action is great. So that's good. We certainly hit on a few things with that. New research available, multi-genre. So that's like action RPG. We've seen a lot of that, more so in our own time. What was I going to do? Let's just let this sit out for a second. Okay, so he's done training. We're going to take a look at any kind of... did we say sim? What were we going to do? Oh, romance wouldn't be too bad. No, we wanted to just jump right into another game. Yeah. The genre, I think, was important. We haven't done a role-playing game. So think of... No, it was sports. We wanted to do a sports game. Sports sim for the PlayStation. We could call this Footballs to the Temple. Really don't want to be rated M. Rated M football game might not be too good. And we'll use our new genre. Make it E for everyone. Sports sim for the PlayStation. Use our brand new graphics. Yep. Okay, this is good. This is good. Engine is important. Story and questing is not. Gameplay is important. Who cares about the story? Engine will invest in that. Gameplay, certainly. I think hype just generally builds up because we have fans. This is Gary White from Gamers. I got a word from Insurgent Gamers. Insurgent Games is working on a new game. Yeah, we'll share some information on it. Curious about the decisions that go into video games and how companies prioritize areas. Your game is working on sports. We're going to be more focused on gameplay, certainly world design for a sports game. We're just playing on a field, for goodness sakes. Thank you for your time. You're very welcome. For that, get a little bit of marketing going, magazines and demos. All right, here's our the interview that we did, talking about how we prioritize more level design, and it seems that other industry professionals agree. So every game development project has limited resources, so it's very important to use the time effectively. Well, we know that. So level design or AI, we'll lower that down to about there. Who cares about dialogues? And I'm not really, yeah, level editor in a football game, it doesn't make sense, but if it adds to our level design pluses, then certainly we'll go ahead and make sure that that happens. The 2 months, the Master V has been taken off the market. Dr. Quinn's Ride to Victory is now off the market. It has sold 90,000 units, generating 630,000 in sales. I feel like even our 10 games, like our 10 out of 10 games, not 10 out of 10s, but like our high games have only made X number of dollars. They haven't really like crushed it, you know? Graphics are important, world design not so much, yeah. So I don't really feel too bad when we get like a 7 and we only make X number of dollars. It's like, whatever. Maybe we should be making more right now, I'm not really sure. Okay, let's debug it. Our hype is pretty solid. We have no bugs. Looking good, looking good. Oh, the Sony PlayStation 2, here it comes. Upgraded hardware console, newer version than the Dreamcast. Unlike the Dreamcast, PS2 does not focus on online play, but instead seems to focus on the strengths of previous PlayStation. Solid upgrade controller, including vibration function, upgraded graphics, support for DVD titles, even backwards compatibility with the PS1 games. If you want to share your great PS2 memories, please post in the comments below, because I remember my PlayStation 2 and I really enjoyed it. Alright, so the game is out, and here come the reviews. Footballs to the temple. Oh, 10 flashed a couple times. Alright, nice. So we do good with the sim games, there's no doubt about it. We get a good grasp on sims, we get a good grasp on casual games. So let's see if we can get a good grasp on role-playing games next. Alright, so that's solid. An 8, 8, a 9, and a 7. We should feel pretty good about that. Let's generate a report for it. While he's generating a report, Mac can train more in design to even that up with his tech skills. The Master V is no longer supported rather. So Dr. Quinn made 600 grand, right? So 630. So let's see how that compares at like a 6 game to like an 8 game. So graphics are very important. We knew that. Platform match. PlayStation Sim is good, and PlayStation Everyone is great as well. Sega Dreamcast is one of the fastest selling consoles in history, but lately it seems the anticipation of the upcoming PlayStation 2 release is slowing down sales. If the PS2 can hold up to the hype when it's released, then Vina could be in deep trouble. We'll definitely be developing for the PlayStation 2, because a lot of the things that we learned from the PS1 will translate over. So it definitely just makes sense, business-wise. Let's see if any other new topics have popped up. We know romance, but I don't want to do a romance sim just yet. Let's do, so sound, stereo, all these things are part of the game engine. But gameplay is gameplay. Let's research character progression, especially for role-playing. If we're going to release a role-playing game, yeah, character progression is great. Hopefully that's not part of the engine. Oh, here comes the Xbox. The first Xbox One. Xbox One. PC software juggernaut. Microsoft has an... I'm just going to use the real name for that because I don't... Micronoft? Yeah. They'll be entering the game console market with the M-Box. So first demos have been impressive, but we have to wait and see how it fares against the popular Dreamcast as well as against the recently announced and much anticipated PlayStation 2. So Mac's kind of kicking around doing nothing right now. We'll relax while he finishes the report there. Today the game platform PS2 has been released. Let's just check in general. I'm curious how much the license is for that. $350. Man. Let's see how much money we make off to footballs in the temples. Or we can just stay with the play system and try to... We're not sure about RPGs. Or we can debut an RPG on the play system too. We'll make the decision when he's done. I'll think about it. Character progression. Let's see if we make a game. Well, I guess we'll have to see when we get into the game. I'm going to stick with an E for Everyone game. I want to do a role-playing game. So I think a fantasy role-playing game. Obviously, you can't go wrong with that. We're going to stick with the PlayStation 1. And we're going to call it something Light the Way Home, our fantasy role-playing game for the Play System and the Super Next Era graphics. Alright, so we'll stick with the high graphics capabilities with that. Light the Way Home's not too bad. Story and questing, obviously very important. Keep engine and gameplay down, but not gone. We'll have a linear story and better user experience. I'm not too worried about game tutorials. Saved games, certainly, for something like that. Alright, PS2 has released to a phenomenal success. Stores everywhere, out of stock as manufacturing can barely keep up. Fans have resorted to buying the console on internet auction sites for as much as 5 times the normal price. While Vonnie has managed to have the most successful launch in history, sales of Vina's Dreamcast have plummeted. Yep. If you look back in history, this will be the demise of the Dreamcast. So Football to the Temple's off the market. So we sold 1.1 million, right? So you think like Dr. Quinn's Rides and things, or whatever that was, Dr. Quinn's Ride to Victory, was like a 6, and it sold just about $700,000. It was like 630,000. So, yeah, I mean, it's twice as much. It is pretty significant. Got a hit. That's it. Alright, dialogue, you want that a little bit more. AI, I'm not too worried about. We'll pick better dialogues. Level design. Okay. So Microsoft has announced the delay. Microsoft has announced the delay of their new gaming console, the Xbox. The new release date is later this year. Rumor has it that the incredible success of the PlayStation 2 launch has prompted Microsoft to delay their own debut. We've seen that a ton with games in general. People just pushing off their games because they don't want to compete with anybody else's, which in a lot of senses makes sense, right? Alright, graphics high. I don't think sound is that important. We'll do our world design just shy, but I want to focus on graphics if those plus signs are saying. Certainly we'll do open world for this. We'll click OK. We did not do marketing, and I feel real bad about that, so we don't really have the money for that. So let's just do a magazine and demo. We'll get a little bit of hype out of it. A little bit of hype. It seems like we're a little bit front heavy with design, so I think my training, let's invest some training into tech for Jack next time. I think that would be a good idea as soon as this game is done. 63 to 41. I'd like to have that be even. Let's do a medium booth this year. You know, just to stop for a second, I remember when I was playing last time, though, it depends on the type of game. So you think of a more technical game, like casual games maybe, or more technical, whereas design is a little bit more focused for something like an RPG. So this may be to our advantage. But regardless, yeah, Jack's pretty even. He's pretty even. He's looking pretty good. So I'd rather have him more heavy on the tech, though. Awesome, so we have a new record for design. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Alright, so let's release the game. We'll put Mac on training too. I want him to do speed, because that's something certainly I am lacking in there in the game. And we'll see what the reviews say. We're now under $1 million, so we really need a hit on Light the Way Home. And I think we may have it. Nice, 9, great. Star Games. 8, very good, Informed Gamer. 9 out of 10, more please, by Game Hero. I'll give you a sequel, but you'll probably give me a bad rating. Played it for days, all games, awesome. So we're going to head into G3. We're going to stop the video there, and we're going to head into G3 with Light the Way Home. We'll see what kind of press we could generate from that, what kind of sales we see for this game, and we will see you on the next episode. Thank you. Welcome back to episode 7 of Insurgent Gamers Let's Tries for Game Dev Tycoon. We just made the game Light the Way Home, as you can see, to rave reviews. So let's close this up, and while our training completes, we'll be going to G3, and while we're there, Light the Way Home's going to sell. Just sold 400,000, so we're already out of the hole, which I kind of consider being under $1 million right now. Under the hole. In the hole, rather. I suppose you could be under it if you sold bad enough. Alright, so last time, I think our peak was 102,000 people, so far so good. Yeah, that's not bad. 125,000. I'm not sure if we're going to get the biggest booth, but we didn't crack the top 100, but that's alright. That's alright. So our most successful games have been role-playing, casual, and sim games. So, not that I really want to solely focus on that surprise hit of the year, Light the Way Home, simply iconic level designs from start to finish. Well, what can I say? Stop reading, start playing. Gary Wade from Gamers. So, if we just kind of take a look, so we know our RPGs have been good. Our sims are always good. Our action games have stunk. Our strategy games have been a tad hit and miss. So I think we've almost kind of found a niche. After making so many of these, I think that's almost what I feel like. So you kind of go back. My strategy at this point would be, okay, so Light the Way Home was made year 13. So that's where we're at now. If we go back to Blue Alarm, which was a military strategy game, that was made in year 11. So I'd really like to try a new strategy game. I'd like to hit a good strategy game. I feel like we need that as a company. As stupid as that sounds. And it does sound a little silly. So a strategy. What about a fantasy strategy game? I think it's usually more of a medieval military science fiction. Let's go back to a science fiction strategy game for the PC. We'll do our best. We'll do this. We will call this rather window into the void. That's kind of like a StarCraft ripoff, isn't it? Window into the void. Not really. Alright, so we know the graphics. We want those to be stellar. Let's hype it. Let's hype it up. Hype it up in the magazines. Gameplay. Story quests. Is engine important? A little bit, so let's put that up. Game tutorials in a strategy game? Certainly, I feel like that's something we should do. So the hype is real, friends. Here we go. Bubbles everywhere. AI, dialogue, level design. I feel comfortable with that because I remember them mentioning something about level design before. Hey boss, a friend of mine is greatly involved in an organization which aims to get more women into technology. They're looking for a sponsor and I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for us. Would you help out? Absolutely. So I think this is one of the games certainly you'd rather hit on the technical side of things. You want the tech bubble to be high. World design's not so important, and I think graphics are pretty good. I feel good about that. Open world for a strategy game seems a little bit silly. So we won't do that. I'd love to hit a new technology benchmark. That would be really good news. News. We have got word that Insurgent Gamers has recently sponsored a highly praised move to get more women into technology roles. MacDac, the CEO at Insurgent Games, said, "We would love to see more women in the game industry." Okay. We got a debug. Wow. 15 bugs, 14 bugs. I feel like you can tell a difference with the speed. Maybe it's just in my brain, but alright, Like the Way Home, we did awesome 1.4 million in sales and selling 200,000 units. So hopefully we can do the same thing with Window into the Void. And oh, bug, debug, finish. We're going to immediately send you to generate the report. No new benchmarks. We'll see how this fares then. Let's release the game. Someone on your team is research experience. Oh, cool. Has reached experience level 5. This unlocks a special training item called Boost. The training for it is expensive, and you can only do it once the character has at least 500 design or technology points, but the investment is well worth it. Once trained, the boost allows you to temporarily increase the output of your staff and can really help you make a hit game. Special training available for MacDac. New research available soundtrack. So we definitely, let's do that. Boost. What do we need for that? 20 research points? We have that. Oh, I gotta hit 500. Alright, train. Start writing stuff down, MacDac. First reviews for Window into the Void. If we don't do good for this, I'm going to take a break from strategy games for a while. Okay, enjoyable. That's not bad. I don't know if we're going to hit 8s, though, now. I feel like it's going to be more of a 6 area. Shows potential. We're having a tougher time with the strategy games. Quirky, but good. Okay. And in the dirt. Has its moments, all games. So, not too slick. We have Jack generating the game report. I'm undergoing some training. Window into the Void. We're getting some sales out of it. All right, there goes the Xbox. Remember the big controller too. Post-release analysis for Light the Way Home. Engine seems to be not important. We knew that, which is great. The play system for RPG is great. Fantasy for everyone is great. So I think we've really found our niche of what type of games we should be making. Strategy games, I guess we can try our hand at it every now and then. Let's send Jack on vacation. We can try it every now and then, but for the most part, I'm just going to stay away because we're bombing every time. So fantasy RPG we did this year. We did a sim game in the 12th year. Action game. We can try our hand on another action game. We really hit on casual, though, in year 10. So it's been 3 years since our last casual game. So when Jack comes back, let's try a casual game. The ghost of Jack Long. Look, he's like sitting there haunting the office. And he's back. Develop new game. So we'll pick a platform. What game did I say we were going to do? Casual game. We want to do a casual game. I wonder how PlayStation 2 would be for casual. I don't want to invest the money in that right now. The Game Boy is still out too. Like, that's the crazy thing, right? I mean, we're developing with this for a system that has a 13% market share, but at the same time, the Game Boy is still there. Now, I don't know if this is like all the 9,000 iterations that the Game Boy went through during its time. That probably could be it. So let's think casual game. Let's do a casual music game. Certainly, there's tons of those for the DS, the 3DS. So we can call this Guitar Monsters. That will be a small game for everyone. Music casual for the Game Boy. Using the best graphics we possibly can have. We're going to market the snot out of it. Magazines and demos. And we know that gameplay is really important. So we still did decent off of Windows to the Void. That's the thing. It's almost like Windows into the Void. I mean, it makes $500,000, right? So I feel like it keeps you above water until it's time for you to really get a nice hit. Level design, AI down. Oh, I should have turned off better dialogues, but whatever. It's only $5,000. Which, if it was real life, I'd be very upset. So graphics are higher than sound. All right. World design's in the gutter. 52 for design. Whew, mama. Debug it. Once we're debugged, we'll give it a couple of seconds. Okay. Nice. 2 new records. Nice, nice, nice. Due to experience, all right, Jack, another raise. New research available, video playback. So I want him to generate the game report for Window Into the Void. I want him to generate the game report for Guitar Monsters. And here are our reviews. Nice, played it for days. I think that's really the key, is every few years release something that we just know, and just kind of almost get into that loop. Because look at that, 8, 8, 9, 8, and then just, you know, around that, around the things that we know that we do well, you can just use your brain and try to figure out what kind of a topic you feel will go good with that. I mean, obviously we're not going to make a casual zombie game. You don't see those a lot out in the market right now. Level design seems to be very important for this type of game. Guitar Monsters, music and casual, great combo. Dialogue seems to be not important for this type of game, and the audience of music and everyone is good. Awesome. So let's, speaking of topics, let's take a look at topics. Let's do romance, because we can do a romance simulator. Those are particularly important, rather not important, but they're very popular in Japan. Let's go to technology. Do we want to do speed? So we're at 502 for design. I still would like to push tech. Now let's push tech so I can get above that 500 mark. And MacDac can do that advanced boost training. It seems the market has normalized again. Alright, so we're back to no more trends up there in the upper right hand corner. So do we want to, let's give Jack some more training. Let's get him more into design. I think the training's a good investment. I really feel like it's a good investment. I could be totally wrong. But small booth, medium booth, let's just roll the dice and for fun make a large booth. Man, that'd clean us out though. Medium booth. Who cares? Oh boy, that probably wasn't smart. It's alright. Maybe Guitar Monsters will sell through the roof. It won't. Oh, now it's off the market. Alright, generating just under $1 million. Let's just look. I want to just check out the game history for a second. So we did that one. What was our last big hit? It was a simulation game, and that was in year 12. So I want to go back 3 years for our last hit. and see if we can kind of piggyback off that. So we just did the casual game, simulator game, but we already have one of those. So we can roll the dice and try to do, I don't want to do another strategy game, an action game. I think we can try to do another action game. I feel like we're at that point. We're at that point that we can do another action game. I want to do some more training for my technology. We're going to go to G3. We'll have a nice weekend there. How did Jack's training work out? Yeah, he's doing real well. Real well. So let's up his speed. Look at that. Got TVs everywhere. Guitar Monsters was a good game. It was a big hit. So we'll see who we can drag into our booth. We had 120 something thousand last time. 200,000. 300,000. Awesome. So we more than doubled what we had. So that's great. We didn't make it to the top 100 booths. Wow, really? No. So that was kind of a stupid investment on my part then. My bad. In a sobering announcement, Sega has today confirmed the discontinuation of the Dreamcast. Sega's president said, while many other companies will still deliver games to the platform, the company will no longer produce new units in the future. Sega fans worldwide are disappointed as a beloved part of gaming console history is coming to an end. A lot of people feel that the Dreamcast was one of the greatest consoles, certainly of its time, and still a lot of people's favorite consoles. I think it's just it was different. It had that cool screen. Very similar to the Wii U gamepad, just almost ahead of its time. A lot like the Wii U in certain ways too. So as far as topics go, let's do a racing sim. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because our last simulator was when? And that's a totally new topic too. Our last sim was football, and it was sports, so now this is a totally different sim. This was year 12, month 12. I don't know, it's kind of close. We can try it. Let's do action first. This is the financial advisor and CEO of Wumba Oil Limited in Nigeria. I'm writing you because I know some of your high repute and worthiness. Our CEO has authorized me to invest 2.5 in Insurgent Games. Did they spell us wrong, or did I type it wrong? We have deposited the amount of the safe bank and will transfer this money to you, but the bank requires confirmation from you. If you wish to receive the funds, you must make a one-time verification payment of 120 grand. I trust in you. I don't think so. I didn't spell my name wrong. Look, it's right there. You spelled it wrong, because you stink. Alright, let's make a new game. Topic. Let's go with action. Let's do an action game. I think that makes the most sense right now. Ninja game. We haven't done a ninja game, or have we? Probably, but whatever. Just play system. Play system likes action. Okay. Do that. Small game. Let's do Behind the Black Mask. Play system action ninja mature. So now it's just a matter of hitting these dials correctly. Trying to get that smash game out. So we know for an action game, gameplay is definitely good. Engine's important. Story and questing for action might not be as important. So let's leave it at about there. I feel good with that. The hype's going, probably straight off of G3. Let's get some more hype in some magazines. This is Julia Rickstall from GamePro. Got a word that Insurgent Games, so here we go. We'll do another interview. We'll certainly agree to that. What's your expectation regarding Behind the Black Mask? Let's be modest, because we're not really sure. Thank you for your time. We're not really that confident in our ability with action games right now. So, up dialogue. Let's keep the level design high. Alright. The hype's huge. My god, the hype. We do need some money. In 2 months, the play system will be taken off the market. It appears that recently a few companies have fallen victim to Nigerian scammers. Scammers have claimed to invest large sums of money into companies but require a sizable upfront payment to make the deal. Those who are unwise enough to pay will not see their money again. Police are investigating but seem hopeless to stop these international scammers. Alright, graphics and sound. Let's just leave that as is. Looks good. The hype is huge. Just keep those bubbles going, boys. Come on. Nice. While they debug, hopefully they can slip a few more points into tech and design. We'll just wait a couple of seconds. Ah, cool. Look at the GameCube. It's a circle. The Game Sphere. It'll compete against the PlayStation 2 and Microsoft's strong alternative, the M-Box. The curiously shaped console has similar hardware specs as the other consoles. The Game Sphere is Nintendo's first console to have an optical disc drive instead of cartridges. However, instead of using full-size CDs and DVDs, like its competitors, the console features a mini DVD drive. The Game Sphere will start rolling out next month. Yeah, they're still doing work on it. I won't hit finish until they're really done. I mean, okay. I think now they're really done. Because we have no money. Play systems no longer supported. You've released sys games for the platform and earned $4.6 million. There's a clear trend towards sim games recently. Well then, that's right up our alley. Alright, we hit a new record in technology. We'll see how that goes. And I say right after this, we just go right into a romance simulator. Because now I feel like it's been long enough. New research games, mini games. First, let's do our general routine. You train. You're both above 500, so let's do the boost. 1 million. Is that money? Like money? Oh boy, I shouldn't have done that. That was money. Man, all that training must have been costing me a fortune. I didn't even notice that. All right, here are our reviews. Oh boy. Well, I shouldn't have done that training because now we're $1 million in the hole, so that's not good. But maybe we can dig out of it some with the black mask. So, not horrible reviews. Average. Average. Alright, so this is our last play system game. Oh, can I cancel that? Today, the game thing's out there, the Game Sphere. Your bank account's red. Thankfully, your bank has enabled you to overdraw your account up to 200 grand, but be careful. If your account balance is below 200 grand, you will go bankrupt. What a stupid move that was. We are having serious financial difficulties. After careful consideration, you have received here's our deal. We'll give you 2.5 million, which should move you out of the danger zone, but in return you have to commit to pay us 4.5 in a year's time. So here's our choice. Do we choose to go bankrupt or do we continue on? To be honest, this is our episode 7, so episode 7 is likely to be our last unless it's something that you guys would like me to continue doing. So I'm actually going to choose to just go bankrupt, and we'll just shut down Insurgent Games altogether. I had a lot of fun doing the videos, so if you like it, please leave comments below along with the likes. Certainly if we get enough, and Neon and I look and we go, listen, you know, there's a demand, we'll start up a new company, and next time I'll kind of have the charts near me so we can make some better games and get further in the game to kind of showcase more of what Game Dev Tycoon is about. I really do hope that you've enjoyed these games and you've enjoyed watching me play Game Dev Tycoon, excuse me, not Gum Dev Tycoon. And next we got an Elgato game capture card, so we're going to be making some Wii U games for the channel. So I'm going to start on 3D World probably later today. So we'll be able to get those out in the coming weeks before Mario Maker comes out for the Wii U, which we will definitely be showcasing. So thanks again for tuning into the channel. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, and here we go. Game over. We have just got confirmation that Insurgent Games, which has been in financial trouble lately, has gone bankrupt. It appears that Electronic Mass Productions, a behemoth in the gaming industry, has purchased the remains of the company. That's probably EA. Oh boy, a spokesman for EA said, "We're very excited to have acquired the rights to all of their games." Oh, I hate EA. Hearing this news, many fans of Insurgent Games have expressed their disappointment. So that's the end of the journey, friends. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next Let's Try.